Hey guys, we're here with another NPL battle. I am the coach of the Reno Regis, and this is week 6, and we are taking on TurboblazeIV and his Hidden Leaf Village Roserades. Turbo will definitely be down in the description below, so make sure you guys go check him out as well. He's an awesome battler. He's had some pretty rough luck in the NPL so far, and I really hope it doesn't come down to Turbo's bad luck is what wins me this game. Like, if it were up to me, I would still win, but I don't want to win by Turbo missing a Mega Horn or a Fire Blast or something like that, because that's just not fun. But nonetheless, we will go over what Turbo has. He has Mega Diancie, Latias, Landorus Incarnate, and that is Sand Force, not Sheer Force. Arcanine, Scolipede, Chestnut, Greninja, and again, that is Torrent and not Protean. Electros, Ditto, Mismagius, and Articuno. My team, of course, is Mega Venusaur, Jirachi, Togekiss, Hydreigon, Tentacruel, Dugtrio, Sneasel, Rotom-mow, Chandelure, Archeops, and Sock. Now, this is a really interesting team. He dropped Excadrill for Landorus Incarnate, and I was pretty happy he did, because Moldbreaker Excadrill ran through my team like it was nobody's business. Like, you Scarf that thing, or you, like, Life Orb that thing, all you need is Earthquake and Iron Head to hit my entire team for neutral damage at least. So, that was not good at all. So I'm pretty happy to see that he has the Landorus now. It is Sand Force and not Sheer Force. Sheer Force on Landorus Incarnate is banned. Otherwise, like, Landorus would be banned. So he definitely has a lot of threats. His team is really interestingly built. In addition, I really kind of have to prep for 16 Mons in a way, because I have to prep for 10 of his Mons, and then he has that Ditto, so I have to prep for the 6 Mons I'm going to be bringing, just in case. So it's going to be a rough one, but I think this is the team we are going to be rocking out with. So the first one on this team is Toro, our rotom-mow. Holding the Miracle Seed with the ability Levitate, has the moves Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, Thunder Wave, and Toxic, with 60 HP, 196 special attack, and 252 speed with a timid nature. I need all the speed I can get to guarantee that I outspeed the Articuno, because if that thing outspeeds me, it's going to hit me with an Ice Beam, and I'm not going to appreciate it at all. Why do we have the Miracle Seed? Well, the Miracle Seed in combination with that amount of special attack will OHKO the Landorus Incarnate after Rocks, if it's not defensively invested, like no HP, no special defense, like say if it was like max speed, max attack, or something like that, then we will OHKO after Rocks. Volt Switch is for initiative, Leaf Storm is for Grass Stab, it hits the Diancie, it hits the Landorus for neutral, but it hits the Greninja as well, and Greninja is something I'm definitely going to struggle with a little bit, and his only true Volt Switch immunity on this team is Landorus, so Leaf Storm will hit that. We had dual status with Thunder Wave and Toxic, just because this thing really easily baits in Mega Diancie, or I'm sorry, not Mega Diancie, I'm looking at Latias. Saying Mega Diancie, but it really easily baits in Latias, Chestnut, and Electros, because they are really specially bulky, or at least Latias and Electros are, and Chestnut resists my dual stab. So toxicking those things is going to be great. At one point I had HP Flying. I was playing around with like maybe HP Flying or HP Ice, but I ultimately went with Thunder Wave, just in case the switch-in decides to be like the Ditto, which actually, I'm not sure if Ditto can be paralyzed if it transforms into an electric type. I'm not sure how that works. Oh well, I'll have to research that before the match starts. But Thunder Waving a lot of things is going to be pretty important. Scolipede, I really would like to Thunder Wave, but and it's pretty. I mean, it decently switches in on Rotom. I don't know why I kept wanting to call this thing Scolipede as well. It easily switches in on Rotom, on its Leaf Storms at least. So Thunder Waving that thing would be nice. So the next thing on my team is going to be Richard, our Dugtrio, holding the Focus Sash with the ability Arena Trap. Has the moves Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Sucker Punch, and Hidden Power Ice, with 4 HP 200 attack, 108 special attack, and 196 speed with a hasty nature. That hasty is plus speed minus defense, if you guys did not know. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why the hell do I have Hidden Power Ice on my Dugtrio, who has base 50 special attack? Well, with that amount of special attack, I 2-hit KO the Landorus with Hidden Power Ice, and Landorus is his only true ground immunity, barring Mismagius, Electros, and Latios with Levitate, and Articuno, which is way less likely to come. So if for some reason he has like Shed Shell Arcanine or Shed Shell Scolipede and he decides to go out into Landorus, Hidden Power Ice will 2-hit KO them. Sucker Punch is mostly to hit the Latios, but is also a nice priority for in case I'm about to die and I know something's faster, I could just hit a Sucker Punch for the sake of damage. In addition, we have Stab Earthquake and Rocks, of course, because we're not bringing Archeops this week, and we are bringing Jirachi this week, but I really wanted all the move slots I have on it, so I didn't want to have to run Rocks on that. So that is going to be our Dugtrio set this week. Next up is our Jirachi, as I said, holding the Shukaberry with the ability Serene Grace. Has the moves Flash Cannon, Moonblast, Healing Wish, and Doom Desire, with 252 HP, 12 defense, and 244 special defense with a careful nature. That amount of special defense guarantees that I'm not 2-hit KO'd by a max special attack Timid Greninja's Dark Pulse, which he will likely have to run Timid because he needs to outspeed Archeops, Dugtrio, and Sneasel. So, Flash Cannon is mostly to hit the Mega Dancy, and Moonblast is to hit particularly the Latios and the Chestnut. And the Greninja. I tried to run Psychic this week, but I just didn't like the fact that Greninja walled this set, because Greninja is one of the things I'm a little bit concerned with. I didn't like that Greninja walled this set, so I didn't want to bring Psychic. I brought Moonblast instead. Healing Wish is in case something gets really low, I can Healing Wish over with to Jirachi, like another win condition, for example. I can Healing Wish over to my Sock, which is coming this week because he's going to be a pretty huge win con as well. And then Doom Desire is because I didn't really necessarily need a fourth move unless I was going to run like extra coverage, but I think all the coverage I need would be Flash Cannon, Moonblast. So what Doom Desire does is, if you guys did not know, it is like Future Sight. So I use it, and then in 2 turns something gets hit with a special base 140 attack Steel type move. There is very few on his team that can appreciate that. Only the thing would be Electros and Arcanine and Greninja that resist it, and Greninja is definitely not going to appreciate it because it's pretty frail. So if Electros and Arcanine are gone, then something's going to take a huge hit, and if Arcanine and Electros are around, he is pretty much forced to switch into them if he doesn't want something to die. So that is our Jirachi this week. Up next is our Sock, as I mentioned, holding the Expert Belt with the ability Mold Breaker. Has the moves Earthquake, Rock Slide, Ice Punch, and Knockoff with 244 HP, 196 attack, and 68 special defense and an Adamant nature. Pretty interesting Sock set because you notice that we are not running Fighting Stab. Mold Breaker EQ is my best way I have to heal to hit the Electros. Rock Slide is because I originally, really the only coverage I need is Earthquake and Ice Punch to hit his team for a lot of damage, except the Articuno. So Rock Slide is for that, in case he brings it. And then Knockoff is for the sake of getting rid of items. He doesn't have anything that like takes advantage of Dark type moves. Like, he doesn't have the ability Justified anywhere except for the Arcanine. But Arcanine is probably going to be Intimidate. It could be Flash Fire for my Chandelure, but I think it'd be Intimidate because I'm really predicting a bulky Arcanine set. So if he actually goes into Arcanine on my Knockoff and gets a Justified boost, I'll be impressed. Unless he's running like Weakness Policy Latios or something like that, then nothing on his team really appreciates their items being knocked off, particularly the Ditto, because if I knock off that thing's Choice Scarf, it's useless. So, the 196 attack, I believe, guarantees that I 2-hit KO... No. I believe it guarantees that I OHKO Latios with Knockoff. is what that does. And then the rest is to get as specially defensive as possible, so I can take Moonblast from Mega DNC as best as possible. I believe I can live 1, but that's about it. So the last thing, or not the last thing, but the next thing on this team is Nettlebane, our Mega Venusaur, holding the Venusaurite with the ability Thick Fat, has the moves Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power, Flying, and Synthesis with 240 HP, 240 defense, 12 special attack, 12 special defense, and 4 speed with a bold nature. Hidden Power Flying screws up my entire EV spread, so that is why it's a really strange EV set. But we are just essentially just physically defensive, and then we don't want to waste EVs, so that's why the rest is in there. That is so I can get as defensive as possible, and I can live hits from the Arcanine, particularly if it's physical. If he brings like Fire Blast or something like that, I can take it way better, just because Arcanine's special attack is not as good as its physical attack. Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb hits his entire team for a good amount of damage, except the Scolipede and Chestnut, which is why we have Hidden Power Flying. Chestnut switches in way too easily. I just realized I spelled Chestnut wrong, by the way, guys. I apologize for that. Chestnut. But nonetheless, Chestnut switches in way too easily on Mega Venusaur. It's immune to Sludge Bomb because of its ability Bulletproof, and it's immune to Leech Seed, it's immune to Sleep Powder, and it resists Giga Drain. So we have to have, I'm pretty much forced to bring Hidden Power Flying, just in case he brings Chestnut. And then Synthesis for my own recovery, Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb is dual stab. I didn't necessarily need Sludge Bomb, but at the same time I don't want to be completely useless if I'm faced with a one-on-one situation against something like the Arcanine or the Latias. So yeah, that is why we have Mega Venusaur this week. Up next, the last one on this team is our Sneasel, holding the Choice Scarf with the ability Inner Focus. Excuse me. Has the moves Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Low Sweep, and Metal Claw with 20 HP, 252 attack, and 236 speed with a Jolly nature. That amount of speed guarantees that I outspeed a +1 Scolipede, which will also in turn outspeed like Scarf Latias, Scarf Arcanine. I'll outspeed Mega Diancie in all scenarios. Things like that. Icicle Crash and Knockoff is for dual stab, of course. He has a Landorus. I'd be pretty crazy to not bring my Ice type on. And then Knockoff is for the sake of getting rid of items. Low Sweep is mostly to hit the Greninja, because in case he's like Scarf Greninja, for example, or he's like you know, something else is pretty fast, and I hit them with a Low Sweep, that will actually lower their speed by 1 stage. So that will either allow me to outspeed the next turn if it's like a Scarf Greninja, or if it's at like a +2 Scolipede, although he'll just get another speed boost, so that won't matter. But and then let's say like I go for a Low Sweep on the Greninja, and then Sneasel dies to the Greninja because it has like, I don't know, honestly it probably dies to pretty much any hit Greninja wants to deal out. Well then, something like my Rotom or something like my Venusaur or something like my Sock could outspeed the Greninja, so he's forced to either switch it out or sack it off. And then Metal Claw is for the DNC. It will still OHKO DNC. I didn't need to risk a Iron Tail miss, so that's why we have Metal Claw. This is going to be the team we are rocking out for our Week 6 battle against the Hidden Leaf Village Roserades. If you guys did enjoy this video, and a like and a subscription would be much appreciated. I want to give a huge shout out to Jazz real quick, who made our awesome Reno Regis logo that you guys see in every team builder and every battle video for the NPL. But anyways guys, that is going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Later.